Thank you for meeting with me this evening. I'm looking forward to hearing more about your case. Thus far, I've looked through your summarized file, and I'd like to know more about your case. Did you bring your paperwork? Oh, pardon. I'll need my glasses. Oh, thank you for having that ready. I do appreciate it. Before we move any further, do you mind giving me a verbal summary of your case? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. That was not disclosed in the summary you sent me. Can you expand on that? Mm-hmm. Okay. For future reference, we appreciate a concise, chronological summary of the events that took place. This gives us an accurate overview and allows for more accurate discussion and problem resolution. It says here that your landlord is claiming that you have been too loud and have been disturbing other residents with your noise levels. This, however, must have happened pretty often for them to escalate it to court. How many times would you say your landlord has come to you about a noise-related problem? I see. And each time they warned you, do they provide any documentation, notes, letters, anything like that? I see. Is that this one? Okay. Let me go ahead and read this over again. Alright. While this letter does mention the noise, the language here is both threatening and confusing. They start by saying, "To the tenant whom it may concern, the noise level is out of control. Day in and day out, you have wrecked people's sleep schedules and destroyed my patience. Whether it be music or those drums you keep beating up, none of us can focus. Figure out a solution to that racket or I will be forced to take drastic measures. Signed, Management." You play the drums? Oh, okay, that's beside the point. This portion, where they say they will have to take drastic measures, is both vague and threatening. Any professional would have simply said that they would escalate the situation or reconsider your lease agreement. They might threaten an eviction, but based on the county that you reside in, that doesn't look like it is legal without court order. This also seemed like it was a personal letter. I believe so. You see, most leasing companies and management offices have templates that they use to avoid confusion. This passage says, "Day in and day out, you have wrecked people's sleep schedules and destroyed my patience." My patience. While this is still a manager, it seems like this may be a specific manager. Have any managers come to your door, or has communication been strictly through letters? I see. and you weren't able to find who slipped this under your door. Well, we can always deduce who might have done it. How many property managers are there for your apartment complex? Okay, and what do those two look like? I see. One older woman with a cane and one middle-aged man. Have you had any previous encounters with either? So the older woman was a bit crabby. Would you say that was a one-time incident, or is she consistently that way? So it sounds like she might have a problem with you specifically. Now, I'd like to ask you about this. Is this not a part of your documents? Oh, okay, alright. You're right, this is the grocery store ad. My apologies. Here we are. This band poster you included in your file. Can you explain this a bit more? I see. So it isn't your band. Is there multiple people in this apartment that play instruments? Drums were mentioned in the notice you found under your door. You don't play drums? Okay. Well, now I'm really confused. Why is she complaining about you playing drums and making a bunch of noise if you don't play drums? Okay. This case has turned into something entirely different. This letter and the behavior of your property manager is not only a threat, but a misdirected one. Have you ever given this woman a reason to dislike you? Your rent has been paid on time? Okay. You're not parking in other people's assigned parking? Okay. Not leaving stinky garbage outside of your door? Yeah, that one was a bit personal. Well, now we have to figure out who is playing those drums. That way, this case will be thrown out and you'll be good to go. You already know who it is? I'm a bit confused as to why this case even exists then. Why not just tell her that she has the wrong tenant? Well, that would definitely make it more difficult. So, this case will have to be presented to the judge. I can, however, guarantee that this case will be short. Thank goodness, too, because Thursdays are tuna night. We not only have sufficient evidence of you not being at fault, but she will have no way to deny any of it. Well, you said she was removing her hearing aids whenever you tried to speak to her. She won't be able to do that in court, and if she does, there will be multiple witnesses, and she would therefore be incriminating herself. There is only one more question that I have left. One that still doesn't make any sense to me. If she can't hear well without her hearing aids, why has she not just been taking them out when she can hear the drums? I'm assuming that you've heard them, correct? No? Has anyone else heard them? Huh. Okay. So, if you haven't heard them, and no one else to your knowledge has, how would she... She doesn't even live in the same main building? This case just keeps making less and less sense. Let me get this down. This is important information. Does not live in the same building. No neighbors are aware of noises, and no other complaints have been made to our knowledge. There wasn't any other noise complaints that you know of, right? Okay, perfect. No other noise complaints. Okay. Well, so if she's not living in the main building, do you know where she is living? A small, separate unit right next door. Okay. And does anyone live close to that, aside from the apartment building? Alright. A pub and... So you're telling me she lives in her own separate housing unit and lives next door to a pub? I imagine it's a lively pub. Okay. And might this pub have live music, perchance? I understand. I will take on this case, only because I would like to see this property manager of yours. If she shows noticeable signs of age-related cognitive decline, we may be able to countersue for time wasted. You won't get much money, but you may bring forth the question of whether or not she is fit to be living on her own. I'd like you to sign your name at the bottom. This case is yours for certain, and if all goes well, you won't have to deal with this manager again. Thank you. Well, that solves that. Thank you for reaching out. You have my number, yes? Perfect. Give me a call if anything else happens between now and the court date. I'll be sure we keep an updated file of evidence. It's been a pleasure. Oh, yes. For payment, my consulting fees are $100 per hour, but this went fairly quickly, so I propose a mutually beneficial deal. I know noticed you had a coupon for the local market in your wallet. I'd be willing to take it off your hands in exchange for legal representation in this case. Oh, really? I thought that would be much more difficult. I'm glad it was amicable. You have a pleasant rest of your day. I'll be enjoying this incredible deal tonight for dinner.